All right, all right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Happy Wednesday. Listen, we got a lot to cover today. But first of all, let me do a mic check and just wish everybody a happy Wednesday. I hope everybody is doing well. Y'all, we going to get straight to it because I don't have a lot of time to waste. I am away. But y'all have been begging me to cover this. And a lot of the information that I have currently, I've been sitting on for weeks. Let's make that very clear. Okay. Thank you, Fergie. You say, come on, Queen Sheba, with the facts. We gonna do this. We gonna do this, okay? Now, I did not want to talk about this case because this is a very sensitive case. And, it's about a kid. So when I was covering, or when I covered Big Tigger and Alicia, I did not want to talk about the kid. I just wanted to keep it focused on the adults. The fact that domestic violence did occur, the fact that he was arrested and has been charged with aggravated battery, which is a felony in the state of Georgia. Now, here's the thing. Alicia found something in our phone that she was not happy with. And I want to clear up something. I want to be very clear. The videos that you all are seeing is a different incident regarding the phone. I think a lot of you think that's the same day that Alicia, I hope I'm saying her name right, that Alicia was slammed into the door. Y'all, that's a separate incident. So it sounds like there's some shit going on in Big Tigger's house that needs to be addressed, or this is an ongoing problem between the two of them, right? As it relates to adultery, infidelity, whatever the hell is going on. So I wanted to clear that up. I was gonna sit this one out. I said I did my due diligence, child. But the facts are important. And y'all came and you said, come on, Queen. And I was like, child, I want to get involved in them people's business. I said what I had to say. I like to focus on the technicalities, which are the facts, the police affidavit. Here's what we're seeing from TMZ. Here's what we're seeing from the Ring camera. That's it. That's all. This is what's leading to the charges. This is what's leading to the video that she posted. And then another video dropped. It's not the same incident. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. This is a separate incident. That's the first thing that I want to call out. The second thing is I just want to call out a few facts regarding the child that's missing, Alicia Brown, who's the daughter of Alicia, okay? When the child went missing, this is the second fact, she was in the state's custody. The child had been placed in foster care. The state lost the child. Let me put that one there. The baby was in foster care when she went. Oh, I did not want to get involved in this. Did you hear me? The third thing is both parents are pointing the finger to each other. Both parents. Alicia's pointing a finger regarding the baby daddy. The baby daddy is pointing a finger to Alicia. We don't know who has the baby. We don't know who got the baby. Based on my sources, I have a strong feeling that the child is alive. Somebody know where that baby is. Who? I don't know. I don't know if it's the mama. I don't know if it's the daddy. I don't know. I don't know these people. They don't know me. I did my research, y'all. They was in court, so these people were in court for years. So there's two cases we're going to talk about. The child custody case, where the dad is the plaintiff and Alicia was the defendant. It's wild, babe. I'm gonna bring up the case. I got the records and everything. The other case I can't share with y'all because it's sealed, but I'm gonna share some stuff. Okay? Because you got to know the facts. So when you out there, you can argue whatever you're going to do. But The child custody case where the parents were fighting each other was Williams versus Brown. Darrell Williams versus Alicia Brown. Started in 2016 and the case was closed. And oh, child, the case was closed. Hold on. Give me one second. Y'all, this court case so long, you're going to see what I'm talking about. The court case was closed, and I believe in 2024. Let's double check. We're gonna show receipts and everything. Now, this is not hearsay. This is me doing my due diligence. But like I said, I didn't want to talk about the child because I was like, that's just child custody. You know, parents go back and forth. And everybody, when you think about child custody, you know, both parents, you're going to get their version. So you got to side eye everybody. At least I do. You're going to get her version. You're going to get his version. And that's just how it works. But the case was opened in 2016 and the case was closed. Hold on. Give me one second. I had it wrong. I do believe 2024. Let me say that. They were fighting for years. They were fighting for years. The first filing was filed in 2016. Okay. Now here's some other stuff. There's a lot of rumors. Oh, so recently Alicia has been arrested on suspicion of kidnapping. We're going to go through all of that, okay? We're going to talk about that. We're going to go through that. I don't know nothing about nothing. But we're going to go through it, and then we're going to go through the facts, and you take what you need. You said, I've never heard that. Let me be clear. The little girl ran away, y'all. So it seems like there may have been some behavioral problems. Y'all if you know me, and I say I didn't want to cover it, I don't want to cover it for a reason, right? I'm like, nah. But there seem to have been some behavioral problems. We don't want to make the kid the bad guy. I'm going to get into all of that. You said, I've never heard it. You've heard of runaways before. Yes, you have. You've heard of runaways. So anytime that a child, teenager, or whatever, and this was not a teenager, or a child runs away or leaves a foster home, the state loses the child when they're not able to track down the child. So the child went missing while in the state's custody. Sugar Dumpling, you can't tell me you ain't never heard of that. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Now that I've put it in layman's term. Now, I don't know that too. I'm about to get into it. I like to preserve. We're going to get into it. I like to preserve my opinion. Now, let me ask y'all something. If y'all are you here with an open mind? We're going to go through the court stuff. I don't even have an opinion yet, and y'all already arguing. Are you here with an open mind, or is your mind made up? Because I don't know who got the kid. Okay, thank you, Aisha. You said I'm aware of the runaway. It happens a lot. Yes, it happens a lot in foster homes. Ooh, a whole lot. Yes. Okay, to Marquise Houston's ex-wife, the young girl he married, was lost while a foster child. Yes. Okay, thank you, Aisha. You say, do your thing. All right, here we go. Let's get to the nitty-gritty. Oh, the child is not with us. Is that a fact? Is this a fact? Huh. Ooh-wee. All right. We about to get into it. Shelby Nolan said it happens more than we think. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You said the father came out. That's what listen, follow me, y'all. Trust, I got sources. You remember I said I have a strong feeling based on my sources that the child is alive. Okay, Michelle, you can't be saying stuff like that if it's just your opinion. You can't be saying the child is not with us. You got to say, I believe. Therefore, we don't, you get what I'm saying? All right, here we go. Based on my sources, multiple sources, I have a strong feeling that the child is alive. This is Queen Shiba talking. I don't know who's harboring the child. I don't know if it's the mother or the father, because you can't take either one at face value 100% when it comes to child custody, period. You're going to get a little bit of this and a little bit of that from both sides. But we're going to stick to the facts. We're going to go through the court case, and then I'm going to get into what I believe based on what I'm going to present. Y'all ready? Let's go ahead and get started and talk about what we know. What we know is that recently, Alicia Brown, Big Tigger's wife, has been arrested. Give me 1 second to pull that up. Prior to Alicia being arrested, she and Big Tigger, based on the ring surveillance, the back and forth on social media, were having some problems in their marriage. I think we can all agree on that. To what extent? Hell, we don't know. So we can only go by the video surveillance, enough that it's become physical, enough that kids are involved, and it's a hot mess from both sides, the man and the woman in the home, period. When you start to lay hands, get physical, wrestle, tussle, all of that, it's both sides to me. Let's get into the videos, and then we are going to get into the arrest, because the videos came first and then she was arrested. Now, here's my opinion. Big Tigger, I think you're getting your licks back. I think you're getting your licks back. I think she embarrassed you, and I think you're about to embarrass her. That's what I think. That's just my opinion. All right? Now, we got a lot of shit to cover. Hold on, because I got to get it all set up. All right, here we go. Here are the videos. Now, I will not be citing my sources. People trust me. When I say you good, they know they good with me. All right, here we go. Here are the videos, and we're going to take it from here. And you have seen these videos on social media. I'm just bringing you up to speed, and we will take it from there. Oh, crap. What a damn video is that? Hold on. Give me 1 second. It looks like they didn't come yet. Hold on. I'm going to have to refresh. Oh, I hate relying on other people's stuff, y'all. My damn videos did not upload. Give me 1 second. I may have to, hold on. Let me figure out a way to use my own stuff instead of using social medias. Give me 1 second. But what we do know is that Big Tigger's estranged wife, Alicia Brown, was arrested on outstanding kidnapping warrants for the connected to the 2019 disappearance of her daughter. Now, just hours, watch this, after a video surfaced regarding the ongoing dispute between Big Tigger and his wife, Alicia Brown, she was arrested. I think somebody dropped that location, right? When we think about adults being messy and petty and going back and forth. I need the videos of them just tussling over the phone. Yes, she was arrested. Now listen, she was arrested in 2025. Remember, I said, I believe there's a lot going on in that house. I got some receipts now, so hold on to your seats. I believe there's some stuff going on in that house related to infidelity. With who, we don't know, but I got some receipts we're going to go through together. It could be a little bit of this and a whole lot of that. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to, so she was arrested after those videos dropped. Now, I don't think Big Tigger is the type of guy that's going to lay back and allow anybody to quote unquote ruin his career. So I think it's a little bit of whatever's happening on both sides. Monique says, I strongly believe infidelity on both sides is happening. Something's happening in that house. And I think we can all agree and attest to that as adults. All right, here we go. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and download my videos and see what I got. And we're going to use what I have. I feel safe with what I have. And then we're going to talk about the videos. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Toot. Here we go. Here we go. I got to wait on my stuff for them to send me my stuff. We're going to go back to, oh man, let's just go back to the initial kidnapping until my videos load up, if that's okay with y'all.
Searching for a missing 10-year-old girl. Alicia Brown has been missing since May 25th. She was last seen at her home.
Baltimore County Police say this has been an active investigation since 10-year-old Alicia Brown went missing, but they say they have now reached a point in their investigation where they're asking the public for any information leading to her whereabouts.
Someone inside the home on Aaron Russell Court called police saying the child vanished around 1 a.m.
We don't have any evidence right now that showed that this was some type of stranger abduction.
Now, the child vanished while in the state's custody. Do you get it? Are you following? The child vanished while in the state's custody. The mother believes the father has the child, and the father believes the mother has the child. So they're both pointing the finger at each other. Let's continue.
Interesting thing about this situation is that this was the same young lady who was left inside of a car by her mother about 6 years ago while the mother was inside of a casino.
Prior to the child going missing, Alicia Brown was arrested for leaving the child in the car at a mall/casino. Facts.
Police used to seeing terrible things say this one is in a class by itself. 24-year-old Alicia Brown not only allegedly left her child alone in the car for 8.5 hours, police believe she also put sheets over the windows to make sure no one saw the 4-year-old. And it doesn't appear she ever even checked on the little girl the whole time.
Personally, I don't really care what the excuse is. I can care less if they had the whole car set up like a daycare center.
Fox 45 spoke with the child's mother, Alicia Brown, who says despite speculation on social media, 10-year-old Alicia is not currently with her. The mother says Alicia lives in a foster home and was lost 3 times before.
Do you get it? Are you with me? The child has gone missing several times while in the foster home. We're just talking about the facts in the court case. We're not talking about nobody's opinion, what you believe, what I believe. At least 3 times before, the child has gone missing while in the foster home. When Alicia was arrested for leaving the child unattended in the car, we're going to go to what law enforcement is saying. We're not going to go with what Alicia's saying or what the daddy's saying. Law enforcement says 8 hours. She did not lose custody after that. The child remained in custody of the mother. Okay. When they went to court, Darrell Williams took her to court for child custody. Initially, she was awarded primary custody. Later on, when you go through the case, you're going to see he was awarded custody. And then you're going to see the judge take custody from him and put the child in foster care. Got it? So I got questions for both sides as it relates to the parents. And I know a lot of people are focused on her. I'm focused on them. Because why did the judge take the baby away from you, sir? A lot of you are saying, oh, that's because she accused him of molesting the child. She did not accuse him, to my knowledge, of molesting the child. She accused the brother who lived in the house at the time, allegedly, who's a registered sex offender. Got it? We're going to pull all that up. It's a lot going on. That's why I did not want to cover this. Let's continue.
Investigating to see if there's a connection here. Right now, we can't confirm. We don't know the whereabouts of Aaliyah, so we can't confirm what we have right now at this point. We want to find out, did she leave on her own, or did someone help her, or did someone provoke her to leave?
Now, if the father is saying, according to you all, that he knows his child is alive, is there a reason he hasn't contacted law enforcement? If the father knows for a fact that the baby is alive, is there a reason he hasn't stepped in and pointed the finger exactly to where she is? Because I see people coming through and say, well, the daddy said the child is alive. If you know that your child is alive, is there a reason that you have not looped in law enforcement to say, she's over there? Let's go. Y'all better use some common sense. We're going to look at both parties. If your child is missing and you know they are alive, is there a reason you have not looped in law enforcement, especially if you don't have the child? I'll say it again. She had custody. She was awarded custody. And then she was held in contempt of the court. What I'm being told by an outside source is that the judge, she was very disrespectful to the judge. She cursed the judge out during one of the proceedings, and the judge held her in contempt of the court. This is what I'm receiving, right, from my multiple sources. And the judge took the custody and placed the child in the father's custody. Then the judge came back and determined that the father was not equipped to handle the child and decided that the child would be better off in the state's supervision. Everybody following? We're not talking about his interviews. We're talking, let's stay to the facts. Let's stay to the facts, but I'm gonna come back to you. All right. Let's start all over.
Baltimore County Police are searching for a missing 10-year-old girl. Alicia Brown has been missing since May 25th. She was last seen at her home.
Baltimore County Police say this has been an active investigation since 10-year-old Alicia Brown went missing. But they say they have now reached a point in their investigation where they're asking the public for any information leading to her whereabouts.
Someone inside the home on Aaron Russell Court called police saying the child vanished around 1 a.m.
We don't have any evidence right now that showed that this was some type of stranger abduction. The interesting thing about this situation is that this was the same young lady who was left inside of a car by her mother about 6 years ago while the mother was inside of a casino.
Even police used to seeing terrible things say this one is in a class by itself. 24-year-old Alicia Brown not only allegedly left her child alone in the car for 8.5 hours, police believe she also put sheets over the windows to make sure no one saw the 4-year-old. And it doesn't appear she ever even checked on the little girl the whole time.
Personally, I don't really care what the excuse is. I can care less if they had the whole car set up like a daycare center.
Fox 45 spoke with the child's mother, Alicia Brown, who says despite speculation on social media, 10-year-old Aaliyah is not currently with her. The mother says Aaliyah lives in a foster home and was lost 3 times before.
Investigating to see if there's a connection here. Right now, we can't confirm. We don't know the whereabouts of Aaliyah, so we can't confirm what we have right now at this point. We want to find out, did she leave on her own, or did someone help her, or did someone provoke her to leave?
And that's a valid question from the standpoint of law enforcement. We know the little girl left on her own. Let me just say, we know the little girl left the foster home. They're just trying to figure out how to trace her down. Okay, now we got to get into this. Here we go. Who is so much? I'm going to try to move fast. All right. And let me know when you can see my screen. So, Alicia, this is the video. So before she was arrested for kidnapping, this video dropped. This is Big Tigger and Alicia on a separate incident. This is not the same day where she was injured. Keep that in mind. They were fighting over the phone. It was something in that phone that she had saw, and there was something in that phone he did not want her to see or continue to see. Let's take a look at this, and we're going to break it down.
Give me back my phone.
Get off of me!
Give me back my phone.
Get off of me!
Give me back my phone. You don't need it. What do you need it for?
Get off of me!
What do you need it for?
Get off of me! Please get off of me!
As soon as you give me my phone.
Please get off
It's
of me!
my phone.
Please get off of me!
Registered in my name.
Please get off of me!
Give me my phone.
You're sticking my earring in my ear.
Keep in mind, this is the perspective, the point of view from the child who's recording.
Oh, sorry.
Get off of me!
Give me my phone.
Please get off of
You
me!
can stay right on the floor.
You're a fucking manhandler.
I'm not manhandling my phone.
Tigger,
Give
get
me
off!
my phone.
Do you not see all them crime?
Give me
Bro,
my phone.
why did
Stop.
you
I'm
do
not
that?
doing that.
Yes,
She
you did. You
drunk.
did.
She drunk. She drunk.
Bro, you're literally stepping on her.
I'm not stepping on her, Alex. I just want
Bro.
my phone. She could give me the phone and it'd be over. She could give me the phone and it would be over.
Bro, just get over her. She's gonna
I'm
give
not
you.
on her at all. Give me my phone.
Get off of me,
Give me my
Tigger!
phone.
So the first thing, I'm just going to use common sense. Listen, I can't tell people whether to touch a phone or not. I'm not in your marriage. I'm not in your house. Everybody runs their relationships different. But what I can tell you is based on my marriage, my husband can take my phone. He knows the passcode. I can take his anytime I want. I will never be wrestled to the ground, and neither would he. That's it. That's all. That's our help. That's my household, okay? It works both ways. Nobody's wrestling nobody to the ground for a phone. Let's be very clear. Now, that's my household. Now, some of you in your household, you have very strict rules where you cannot, and you know better, to touch a man's phone. Because I've seen people in the comments on social media saying, give him his phone. Oh my God, just give it back. I don't know. Everybody's house is different. That's not the setup we have in ours. We try to have a very healthy household and a very healthy marriage. I can pick up what I want in my house anytime I want, whether it's 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Everybody's different. So I don't have an opinion on this. I can just tell you that would never go down in my house. Let's continue.
Oh.
See, if I was anybody else, you would be doing this.
If you say so. Give me my phone.
Bro, just get over her. You can buy a new phone.
Get off of me!
Mr. Tigger! Mr. Tigger, get over her now!
Now, there's a lot going on from both sides. Like my aunt said, baby, it's a lot going on from both sides. Okay? From both sides. In your opinion, do you feel Tigger should have walked away and just said, you know what? Fuck it, look through the phone. And when you're done, give me my damn phone back. Do you feel the wife, because this is not a baby mama, this is a husband and a wife. And I think some of us have become so accustomed to not being chosen and being placed in a committed relationship. This is a wife, not a girlfriend, not a live-in, not a situation. This is a wife. Should the wife have kept her hands off her husband's phone? Okay, so we got mixed opinions. Let me read one now. Here we go. The star intuition said, who he hollering at? Should be hollering at his mama to give the phone back. I'm just saying. Okay, that's a different perspective. Thank you. You say, I see why you didn't want to cover this. Oh, I got too many receipts. You said he should have called the cops to get the property. You can't. You're married. Marital property. They're married. That's why I'm telling y'all, hold on. Don't think like a single woman. Don't think like a single man. This is a married couple. And that's why I stayed away from it, because I said we got too many women that are thinking like single people. All right. Leon got a different opinion. Leon said, listen, here we go. It's always the man's fault. I'm not saying that, Leon. I'm just saying. Natty said, if he want his phone, give it to him, and I'm a wife. Okay, there we go. Living for me said, when they say, when you go looking, you find. I would have let her see what she was looking for. All right. Well, what was she looking for? Let's get into it. Oh, Lord, do I really want to show all this? I guess we have to. Give me 1 second. What I'm being told is this. Remember, this is a separate incident. This is not about the coworker this time. What I'm being told is the wife found some things in the phone that was disturbing regarding Big Tigger flirting, allegedly, and let me give a strong allegedly, with a man. And here's the conversation that ensued between Big Tigger and his wife after this incident or a previous incident, where he's telling her, I didn't have sex, and I told you he made me uncomfortable. Let me just say allegedly, when I met him. To which she responds, like I said, okay, that ain't the one. Okay, this is a different child. I'm getting everything mixed up. Okay, this is one time. This is about a woman. Okay, I'll get to the man in a minute. And I kind of don't want to share the ones with the men because they're very well known in Atlanta. So this is one where she's confronting him allegedly about a woman. I blocked out the numbers. It says, I didn't have sex and told you. Wait, it is about the man. Y'all, it's a lot going on in this marriage. Oh my God. He's saying he, she's saying she. I didn't have sex and told you he made me uncomfortable when I met him. And it says, like I said, she sent you shit on Instagram so much you had to have looked at her Instagram to see this man was gay. He responds, allegedly, you can keep reasoning away. You can keep trying to make it more than what it is, or you can believe me. If you don't, my burden to bear. Believe that you didn't know. I don't believe that you didn't know this man was gay. What am I believing? Question mark. You see this motherfucker? Whatever you like at this point is what he's saying to her. She said exactly. And then they continue on. Now, I know who the men are. And there's evidence that there was some type of relationship that concerned the wife. So we got to give you, I do believe she is a beard, my opinion. Now, that's my strong opinion, period. Now, because the men, I don't want to bring y'all into this, but I know who y'all are. I'm not, well, I ain't going to be that messy. I ain't Tasha K. She was confronting him, allegedly, about being with men and carrying on with two men that allegedly there was a text message exchange with the men supposedly meeting up. Now, because of the notoriety of the two men, I am not going to show them. That's why this video was happening. Y'all got it now? Not the other one on the ring footage. That's about the woman. This one was about men. Are we clear? Ooh, it's messy. Let's continue. Natty said, if I find messages with my husband flirting with a man, forget that phone. I'm packing my bags. I do believe she stayed. If what my sources are saying correctly. I bet she wished she would have left now. I believe she stayed after strong evidence of her husband allegedly carrying on with men. I know you said I did not expect this. That's why I don't like covering certain stuff. But let's continue. Let's continue. Here we go. Let me know when you can see my screen. All right.
Get off me. Get off me.
Please give me back my
Get
phone.
off me.
Please give me back my
Please
phone.
get off me.
Please give me back my phone.
If you let me go.
Okay, give me back my phone.
Move.
Give me back my phone.
Do not touch
Give
me.
me back my phone.
Please do not
You
touch
just said
me.
if I get off you, give me back my phone.
Don't
You
touch
just
me.
said if you
Get off me. Take it.
Oh, wait. Child, let's take a look at another clip. So that's what this incident was about, allegedly.
Get off me. Take it.
Hold on, we got that.
Give me back my phone.
Get off of me!
Give me back my phone.
Get off of
Give
me!
me back my phone. You don't need it. What do you need it for?
Get off of me!
What do you need it for?
Get off of me! Please get off
As
of me!
soon as you give me my phone.
Please get off
It's
of me!
my phone.
Please get off of me!
Registered in my name.
Please get off of me!
Give me my phone.
You're sticking my earring in my ear.
Oh, sorry.
Get off of me!
Give me my phone.
Please get off of
You
me!
can stay right on the floor.
You're a fucking man.
I'm not manhandling. Give me back my phone.
Get off of me!
So it's being alleged. So how do we get to the kidnapping? Hold on, just follow me. So we have the Ring camera footage that dropped that showed her involved in a physical altercation, somewhat of a physical altercation with her husband that led to her being permanently disfigured. Because if you look at her current mugshot, you can still see whatever happened between them, which is over a month ago, right? We got to put it all together, y'all. So we had the Ring cam drop first. Well, we had her video drop first. Then we had the Ring cam drop second. Then we have these videos drop third. Shortly after these video dropped, then we had somebody drop that location and she was arrested. Now let's get into that. We got to talk about that. Give me 1 second. And then we're going to go over the court documents. So here we go. All right. Shortly after this video, this is what happens. Alicia Brown, Big Tigger's estranged wife, was arrested in Georgia for outstanding kidnapping warrants in relation to the disappearance of her daughter. This is the mugshot. So you say, wait a minute. Now, her daughter's been missing how long, y'all? 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. The daughter's been missing for 7 years. All of a sudden, the police department said, you know what, I think we should act on it and bring her in for questioning. Now, I don't know who has the child. I ain't in nobody's pocket and nobody's in my pocket, right? I don't know if the daddy got her. I don't know if the mama got her. Let's be very clear. But what this is looking like to me is somebody called in a favor, honey. Alicia, somebody called in a favor, dropped your location, got you arrested, and there you go. Why do you say that, Queen Shiba? I showed y'all a while back when we covered this case that Big Tigger is allegedly really good friends with the sheriff in Atlanta. And that's the gentleman that made sure when Big Tigger was arrested that he was immediately released. Wait a minute, Queen, who? What? Where? This picture. Do y'all remember this? Now, I'm not, it's just, listen, you can't be mad at the game. It's just the way it works. When you are a high profile person, I would call in my favors too. But y'all got to have a little bit of sense to say, wait a minute. Oh, you sure right. That lady, that little girl been missing for a long time, and them police ain't showed no interest until after she accused Big Tigger of domestic violence. Yep. So this is what is being shared by law enforcement. On July 6th, this is the Hart County Sheriff's Office in Georgia. At approximately 8:46 p.m., the Hart County Sheriff's Office received a bolo. Be on the lookout. Watch this. This is exactly 2 months after the altercation, and 1 month after Tigger was arrested. The Hart County Sheriff's Office received a be on the lookout regarding a vehicle traveling north on Interstate 85. The driver was believed to be wanted on outstanding kidnapping-related warrants out of Maryland. Hart County deputies located the vehicle near exit 177 on Interstate 85 and with the assistance of Georgia State Patrol. conducted by a felony traffic stop. The female driver was taken into custody without incident. 2 young children were safely recovered from the vehicle and were not injured. The driver was identified as Alicia Denise Brown, age 37, of Atlanta, Georgia. Authorities confirmed Brown was wanted by the Baltimore County Police Department on warrants stemming from the disappearance of 10-year-old child who was reported missing in 2019. Alicia Brown was also wanted by the Fulton County Sheriff's Office on felony charges of interference with child custody. Both jurisdictions confirmed the warrants were valid, and Maryland authorities advised they would extradite. Ooh, somebody called in a favor. We are thankful for the quick response and teamwork of our deputies, the Fulton County Sheriff's Office, and the State Patrol, and all assisting agencies. Their coordinated efforts resulted in the safe recovery of both children and the successful apprehension of the suspect. Oh, Sheriff Chris Carroll. Now, here's my thing. I don't think anybody gives a damn about that missing little girl. Let's be very clear, if you ask me. And when I say that, I'm speaking to Atlanta and the officials in Atlanta. She's been there for a while. Why is she just now being apprehended? Why is a bolo just now being issued? Coincidentally, when Big Tigger was arrested. If you are genuinely concerned about little Black girls being missing, is there a reason that you waited or you didn't intervene sooner? So you don't get a round of applause to me. I think these are men doing men favors, period. None of you women that are tuned in and none of you men that are tuned in think that this was done out of concern for the child.
I don't want to talk about it.
You just said I'm gonna talk about
Kill it. I get angry. I don't want to.
I don't care if she got 12 baby daddies. If a child is missing, especially a little Black girl, you do your damn job. You do your job. But I believe it's Mad Day and people are dropping receipts and showing the connection with law enforcement and Big Tigger. And I think some people are pissed off and favors are called in. And y'all, can I be honest with you? That's just the way it works. When you run in these circles, that's just the way it works. Right, wrong, and or indifferent. So let me just say this. My opinion is nobody has clean hands in this. Not Alicia, not Big Tigger, and damn sure not the baby daddy. Because where is the child? If you know your child is alive, Darrell, call the fucking police. Call law enforcement. Go get the child. Get her proper help. She's going to need a lot of counseling. A lot of rehabilitation. So what are we doing? Okay. So not one adult get any applause. Exactly. Where is the child? Thank you to Foxy for the 5-piece and a pepper. She's a teenager. I wonder if she knows people are looking for her. She wasn't a teenager then. She's a teenager now, but that's a good point. Grace 4P, thank you for the 20-piece and a pepper. You said this is problematic. Even if he is DL, that does not make him an abuser. He never assaulted her, to be clear. The ex was on the show 3 to 4 weeks ago. He said he reached out to Tigger and he did not want to be involved. Well, why is the ex raising a GoFundMe? Why is he asking for money to pay his bills? Why is he using this situation for clout? Why do you need to talk to Tigger about your child? Man up, let your nuts hang. This ain't Tigger's little girl. This is your daughter. Where you at? You say you know she's alive. Where you at? Hold on. Let me see if I can find that GoFundMe. Give me 1 second. I swear I saw a GoFundMe. I did. I know I ain't crazy. Why is this man? Hold on. Shortly after Alicia and Tigger had their thing, Can y'all not see this? This man opens up a GoFundMe. This is the child's father, Darrell Williams of Baltimore, Maryland. He's asking for $2.5 thousand, and it says for rent, food, and monthly bills. Why does a grown man need our help in paying his bill? There's only one child's father that has spoken publicly, and that's Darrell Williams. Baby, when I tell you, I don't believe not one hand is clean in this shit. Thank you, Midlife Secrets, for the 5-piece and a pepper. You say, great analysis of the facts, Queen. Something in the milk definitely is not clean. I told you I did not want to get involved in this. I was like, child, it's too messy. But if we're going to talk about it, baby, we're going to point the finger at everybody. Mr. Darrell, come to the front. Why are you asking for money? Why are you using this as an opportunity to come up off the public and we have to pay you? Why are you the only one talking? It's right here. He opened it on June 16th. After all of this stuff hit social media about her being assaulted. Y'all don't find that interesting? It doesn't make you, and now she's being arrested. And I'm not saying she does if she doesn't, but I'm saying look at them both. You said the father did an interview right after Alicia made that cryptic post in June. He said that he knows who's all involved with his missing daughter and made a plea for Tigger to do. Why does he need Tigger? If he knew this, why did he wait until everything got a little bit of clout, visibility? I don't care what he said. I know a man that really loves his child ain't waiting on another nigga to do shit. That's just my opinion. That's all I'm saying. Now let's continue. Now we really got to get into the thick of it. Okay, so let's get into, oh my God, here we go. The court case. These people have been in court a long time. This is what I've researched a couple of weeks ago. Y'all, it's a lot. I'm not going through all of this. Let's be very clear. Period. It's too much. Okay. So if we start here, look at all this. This was from 2016. Look at all this. Look. But we'll start here. Custody. Darrell Williams versus Alicia Brown in the Circuit Court for Baltimore family. Okay. The case has now been closed. But it was opened by Darrell in 2016. Both parties had attorneys. Okay. So this is all of the information. This is Darrell. Hold on. Why is it saying counter defendant? Hold on. Versus Brown. I may have one little slight thing wrong. Oh, the defendant. I'm right. I got to quit second guessing myself. She is a defendant. So he sued her for custody. Okay. 2016. You see her. This was back then, so I'm not exposing anybody's information. All right. This went on until 2024. 2016 to 2024. This was 8 years of them going back and forth over this little girl. It goes on and on and on. You see all of that? On and on and on. I knew all of this weeks ago and on. And I was like, that's too much. So I just want to show you a little bit of receipts. All right, here we go. This is one aspect of it. And they even had, okay, this is one aspect of it. All right. So I'm giving you this. And at one point I said, that's too much. Look, that's too much. We're not even halfway done. This is too much. Back and forth, years and years of them fighting back and forth, the two of them, years and years and years and years and years and years and years. So then this is some of it, some of the services and whatever decisions that were made by the court. Now, here's what's important to know. Of all of that, this is the most important I think you should know for those of you that just want to do whatever you want to do with. Let me see if this is the first one. Not that one. This could be it. Not that one. I got so many damn receipts. All right. In 2018, 2 years after they're going back and forth, if you can see right here, the judge ordered that the mother receives legal custody of the minor child. The mother shall have primary residential custody of the minor child as specified. This was granted January 23rd, 2018. So watch this when I say the facts are important. She was awarded custody even after the little girl was left in the car. This one's 2018. But in 2019, the father was awarded primary custody. Order of the court that the father shall have sole legal custody of the minor child as specified. It is further ordered that the parties shall have a shared access schedule as specified. It is further ordered that the mother shall pay support as specified. This was determined and ruled January 31st, 2019, a year after she got custody. I'm sorry, a year after she got custody. Now, you can go through the records yourself, and you'll also see that the mother was held in contempt of the court for cursing the judge out. What I was told is the mother cursed the judge out because the little girl was allowed to be in a home with a sex offender. Let me say allegedly. Well, who is the sex offender? The sex offender is the father's brother. Okay? This is the father's brother. Allegedly, but whatever. You just got to say that. And this is what the mother was fighting for. Why would you let her go over there with the sex offender in the house? Not the father, but the father's brother is a sex offender, allegedly. And the mother had took up issue. So after all of this, the judge said, screw both of you. And the judge made a decision. You can find it here. I'm not going through all of this. Where the judge determined, if you go here and look up the case, that the father was not capable of taking care of the little girl's needs. So she took the child and placed the child in foster care. Ooh, take a deep breath. Thank you for being here with me. Take a deep breath. We're moving fast. The mother had the custody, found guilty of being in contempt of court for talking to the judge crazy. The judge said, I'm not going to deal with you. The judge gave the father custody. Okay, if you can't keep the child away from sex offenders, you're not capable of taking care of the child. I'm going to keep the child away from you. So this is why you guys are hearing in interviews, allegedly, the father saying, no, I didn't do anything. I was keeping cameras in her room. The mother's issue was the brother, the uncle, right here, who's a registered sex offender. Now, that's a lot for a child. That's why I said I ain't taking nobody's side. But if we're going to talk about it, let's talk about everything. Okay? After that, the little girl was shortly placed in foster care. Here is the case, but I redacted information because this is a sealed case. What you mean it's sealed? Because if you try to look it up and go search for it, and if you somehow come across the case number, it's going to tell you that the case search is not going to give you the results because the person is a protected individual under the Maryland rules, or, the court records, okay? I did. I sure did. And I listen, you say we talking about kids now. Don't confuse the different topics. I damn sure did. We're talking domestic violence. I damn sure did. Any woman or man that's being abused, I damn sure did. But now we're talking about kids. So don't confuse the two. Stay with me. You may get lost. Stay with me. You may get lost. We were not talking about child sex offenders. Don't confuse the two. Okay, let's continue. Oh, Ricky said, this child never had a chance. Oh, you said she's lost. She wasn't keeping up. You can't merge the two. You can't put two recipes together. That's why we break down things in segments. And if you're still confused, then I can't really help. So here's the case with the little girl, right? So if you go here, you can't find it because it's sealed. But, you know, I got my ways. Oh, shit. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Let me go to something else. We got to go. Well, you know, it doesn't matter if you have a case or not. All right. I redacted the child's date of birth. This is a real thing. Okay. This is a real thing. So this is a shelter care order. And what happens is when a judge issues a shelter care order, we're going to get into it. That's typically issued by a family court or a juvenile court that authorizes like the child be removed from the home and places them into protective custody, foster care, group home with a relative or whatever, because there are immediate concerns about the child's safety due to the suspected abuse, neglect, and or abandonment. So the child was removed from the father's care. Oh, y'all, let's really get into it. Here we go. Let me go up so I'm not, and this is, here we go. Now, this is what we're looking at now. Are y'all here? Are you still with me? Yep. All right. Now, I'm just bringing it up to share it with you, and I try to take as much away as possible. Okay? From 2019. At the time that the state removed the child, she was in the physical custody of Darrell Williams, who's the father, and the child started to live with him in January 18th. Remember, I told you, it was in 2019. Okay. 2019, I believe. They've been in court so damn long. Now, the child did get placed in foster care. So as you start to see, Protective Services investigated. They did an assessment to assess the risk and the safety factors within the family. And they decided that it would be in the best interest of the state to take the child. Now, this is what we're looking at. The mother had supervised visits at the children's protective place, right? And the mother was allowed to call the little girl, but those calls were monitored. The calls were monitored. Oh, y'all can't see it. Hold on. I thought I was sharing my screen. Give me 1 second. Wow. Give me 1 second. It's not sharing it with you for whatever reason. Oh, I know why. I got to take this down. So let me go all the way back. This was when the child was taken and placed in foster care. Okay. At the point that the child was removed from the home, she was in the custody of her father, Darrell Williams, and then she was placed in foster care. All right. Now, the mother at the time that the child was placed in foster care didn't have primary custody or physical custody of the child. How do you know that? Because I just showed y'all. You can go back and track the court records here. It's a lot of crap to go through. If you go through, you'll see on record that the mother lost custody because she was found in contempt of court. It's a lot. They were in court for 8 years, right? The judge awarded custody to the father. That's how we got here. After whatever was happening with the child, there was some behavioral issues. And if you go back to what I showed you, you're going to see that here as well, where the court deemed the father not proper to be able to take care of the child, remove the child from the home. We're in foster care now. The mother was awarded supervised visits and daily phone calls to be monitored. I'm giving it to you right here. Okay. Now, according to the court, Alicia Brown and Darrell Williams, right here, shall both cooperate with the department by providing family background information, signing release of information forms regarding educational, medical, mental health, and substance abuse services and treatment that are necessary to provide services to the child and family, allowing scheduled and unscheduled home visits. You know, when they take your kids away, they say, we can pop up anytime to both of y'all. We need everything regarding your family background, who got diabetes, who's crazy, who not crazy, so that we can make sure that this child gets the best level of care possible. Also, if you are allowed to see the child and we pop up, you must permit us access to the child. You must comply with service agreements, and you must maintain consistent and regular contact with the department. You have to participate in therapeutic services as recommended, including but not limited to family therapy. But then they get here. Alicia Brown shall also, I told you we're going to cover everything. Alicia shall also submit to a full psychological evaluation consistent with recommendations made as a result of the child access evaluation that was completed by the Family Services Division of the Circuit Court for the Baltimore County. Why? You remember she left the little girl in the car. And this order supersedes the previous order. All right? I'm not going to show anymore because I ain't supposed to be showing all this. Are y'all still here? All right, we good? Those are the facts. So then the little girl went missing while in a foster home. Who has the little girl? I don't know. The mother was recently arrested. Okay, thank you too. You said we are tracking. Now, that's a lot. Let me see. Give me 1 second. That's a lot. We can go on and on and on and on and on. I wonder. Now, listen, the mother was recently arrested, correct? Yes, we know that. Why now? Is there evidence to support that she has the child? Oh, I want to show y'all one more thing. Right here, you can see the mother communicating. Hold on. With the foster care people or the caseworker, social worker. Hello, Mrs. Brown. I contacted the NCMEC, who has requested their analysts to run searches on Aaliyah and is also continuing to distribute posters of Aaliyah. The information obtained by the analyst was forwarded to Sergeant, who is temporarily working the case. I've attempted to call and email, but have been unsuccessful in reaching him. I'll continue to inquire about active searching and reach out to the BCO police and the NCMEC for any leads. So the child was in foster care. Okay. This is communications between the mama and one of the social workers. It's a lot going on. I don't know who has the child. I don't know if the father has the child and his family, or I don't know if the mother has the child. All we know is the mother's been arrested. The father's asking y'all to pay his bills. Big Tigger was way aware of this and still decided, okay. The father, the child was removed from the mother. The child was removed from the father and placed in the state's custody. Pretty much. You said, wow, so he was on the internet talking reckless about the mom when he ain't ish either. And listen, we ran down the facts of the case, not nobody's opinion. What you mean? The facts. What the court said. Because listen, you got your version. I'm sure she has hers. Here's the facts. If you want a fact check. And this is all on record. And therefore, you take what you need to figure out what the hell is going on with this child. Okay? This is public information right here. Now, I gave y'all some tea, some real good stuff outside of this being public. This is why it's important to do due diligence and say, wait a minute now. Even I don't know who got the little girl, but I know that the daddy is asking for us to pay the bills. I know the mom's married to Big Tigger. I know there's some situations going on in that marriage. I don't know. Okay, let's say this. You know what? Let me open the lines. We're gonna go 15 minutes and then I'm out. Let's open up the lines. What are your thoughts? Here we go. What are your thoughts? We're gonna drop the link. You said, could it be possible that the mom is hiding her daughter? If the mother is hiding her daughter, how can the father say for a fact that the child is alive and he knows this? If the mother is hiding her daughter, why would she give way to where the child is? You get what I'm saying? And if the mother is hiding the daughter and the father knows that the daughter is alive, how come he hasn't contacted law enforcement? I don't think he has no private. Didn't I just show you he was on the internet begging for y'all to pay his rent? Private investigators don't work for free. Private investigators do not work for free, honey. So if he needs help for food, I don't think he has a private, unless his priorities are all messed up. I don't know if she has I don't know anything about her. I don't know if she has a brother. Thank you, Delilah. She said you gave the facts. Now, my opinion is I got to sit in it. I don't know who has the little girl. You see what I'm saying? Lady Tia said, oh, I get what you're saying. You're trying to, yeah, I don't know who has the little girl. But if you know your little girl and you love your little girl and she's missing and you don't have her and you know for a fact she's alive and the mom is hiding her, how come you didn't drop a dime on her? So that leads me to believe, do you have the little girl and you just kind of milking this? I don't know. All right, here we go. Eco V says, I question the entire marriage. Tigger has been a public figure for a long time. Why would he marry this woman with all of this mess? I think she was his cover, probably, in his ATL life, probably. These men don't be loving these women. It has nothing to do with it making sense. I don't know. And maybe in the Black community, it's still taboo for a man to come out and be gay or to admit that he likes men, if that is the case with Tigger. And he just say, you know what, shit, I know what I like. She just gonna be a beard like everybody else. And the other two men, well, one of them, well, hold on. One of them is married. That's a prominent figure. One of them is married. Unfortunately, ladies, you got to be very careful out here. This is a hot mess from start to finish, okay? So I am going to pin the link to the chat for you all to call in. We're going to use about 10 minutes and just speak your thoughts on this. I don't have a lot of thoughts yet. It's too much. I have my thoughts on the abuse situation. That's straightforward to me. The police affidavit, the medical reports, the video. Yeah, I'm riding with that. I'm riding with what I see. I'm riding with the police are reporting, period. With this child custody thing, damn. The child went missing. The child has had behavioral problems before. Okay. I do know that research shows when little girls start running, that's a young age to be running away. When little girls start running away like that, they're running from something. And the fact that they'd rather be out than be in bed, they're scared. What are they running from? So that concerns me at such a young age, right? Because anything could happen to a little kid out there. So the baby went missing when she was 9, but prior to that, she was running away. That's a young age to be running away. At that age, 7, 8, 9, you're scared of monsters and dogs and strangers and dangers. And the fact that whatever she was escaping to her, that the dark was better than that house is something else. You said the dad has used his money. No, this case was closed in 2024. This was an 8-year battle, back and forth, back and forth. If the dad is working, the case is closed. I've gone through child custody with my husband. Y'all, they didn't pay that much money. But okay, let's get into it. Y'all, we're not going to do this. Facts. It ain't like the man spent thousands and thousands of dollars. Let me show you what they had to come out of pocket. Now, y'all got to believe the facts now. Hold on. Let me go back up. Right here. $3,000, y'all. Final judgment. Come on. What are we doing? And you had 8 years to pay it. Come on. Stay with me. Stay with me now. Come on, y'all. Come on now. I have no idea. You said this is why Tigger was. I have no idea. You said the mama don't seem right, though. Baby, don't nobody seem right in this. I'm a listen. And who was she? And who was she arrested for stalking? You mean in 2025? Whatever's in that phone. Whatever's in that phone. Yeah, but that's not their situation. That's not their situation. Their situation is right here on the screen. So we're not talking hypothetically. I'm giving y'all the facts right here. You said, I wish women would not, you're not going to listen. When it comes to, I hate to say it, when it comes to little black girl, listen, the little girl has been missing for 7 years. And you said the dad allegedly did an interview and he said he knows she's alive. Atlanta knew the little girl was missing. Maryland knew the little girl was missing, but it wasn't until Big Tigger was accused of wrongdoing that everybody stopped in. So stop the crap. Cut the crap. Did nobody care until a man's name was being drug in the mud? Nobody gave a damn about that little girl being missing. Let's talk about it. It wasn't until she pissed somebody off about Big Tigger and V103. Now we got a problem. Now we can get you in trouble because we suspect that that little girl, you know something that you're not telling. But didn't nobody give a shit. So chew on that. Thank you. Thank you. Now all of a sudden there's a bolo. Wait a minute now. This is about the child. And she's been in Atlanta for how long? You knew she's on star-studded red carpet events. She's there. This thing in LA, this thing in Hollywood, you could have picked her up anytime you wanted. Oh, Valerie said Tigger dropped a dime. That's what they do. That's what they do. They deal in emotions and not facts. And when you show them something to say, take what you need, here are the facts. And then now you can go off on social media and you can state facts for all parties. That's what they do. We are very emotional, highly volatile group of people, individuals. That's how they behave. That's it. You said that's why I asked why the hell he married her, knowing she has a mess following her. Thank you. The dad didn't. You said that dad didn't give us any facts to prove she's alive. He has nothing but speculation. But people believe him. You see what I'm saying? They don't look for facts, and when you give them facts, they get pissed off. So I don't know what to tell you. That's why I said my opinion right now, I don't know, because I'm looking at everybody sideways when it comes to a kid. Everybody. Why didn't? Because we know it. I just said she was arrested. I said that. Did you just join the live? You may have to go back to replay. You may have to go back to the replay. Oh, yeah. I thought I said it. Or maybe y'all aren't hearing that part. I said, ain't nobody hands clean in this. She was arrested. She left the kid in the car. Even played the video from the detective. I thought we covered all of that. I thought we did. Or is there something that y'all are needing to hear from me? Oh, okay. Thank you. You say you did. Okay. I'm just making sure. I'm just making. Oh, thank you. You say you said it like 18 times. Thank you. Sam say you said it. I thought I did. But girl, these people have you out here like you crazy. That's it. That's all. Let's see what else we got. It's a lot. It's very messy. Thank you, Valerie. You say you did. You said in the end, it all goes back to Diddy. You covered it. Okay, I thought I covered that she left that little girl in the car and she was arrested and they got a lot going on. Oh, you say, black folks. Child, I got it. People don't listen. Listen, we covered the mama. We covered Big Tigger. We covered what's suspected in that phone. We covered the daddy. We covered the uncle. We covered the foster care sister. Oh, you want, okay. People want you to say it's the wife. I don't know nothing. I'm looking at them both. They're both blaming each other. I just find it highly suspicious that nobody cared until Big Tigger's name was being dragged in the mud. The daddy told you he's been reaching out to Big Tigger for years. Did nobody give a damn? Not my monkey, not my show. Tigger didn't give a fuck. It ain't his child. And you don't understand human behavior. Human behavior is, until it affects me, is not my problem. Oh, y'all ain't picking up what I'm putting down. I told Tigger don't give a damn. The daddy told you. I reached out to him. I begged him. That man don't give a damn. That sheriff didn't give a damn. Come on. Cognitive dissonance. He didn't give a damn. As long as I'm getting what I need, I don't give a damn. Who is you? That's your daughter. Go look for it. That's her daughter. Nope. That's somebody else's content. And sometimes people can be very sensitive about their content. Unless I know that it's a big, they'll strike you. That's the only reason why. Because sometimes people don't want you, and I don't know, you know what I mean? Thank you. Okay, Trey said, Tigger didn't care until he had to wrestle for his cell phone. My God, today, didn't. Tigger has a child with this woman. He didn't care. What are y'all talking about? Tigger's been alleged friends, close friends with the sheriff. Allegedly, the sheriff is a close friend of the family. I showed y'all that. Watch this. Hold on now. We do receipts. He could have been dropped a dime and say, man, can you help my wife find a child? Which tells me Big Tigger didn't think that his wife has the child. Oh, y'all ain't ready for that. Y'all ain't ready for that. What you mean, Queen Shiba? If Big Tigger thought that his wife was guilty of any wrongdoing, he has the resources. He has the access. He sleeps with her. He's with her. He has a child with her. If Big Tigger believed for 1 second that that woman was capable of harming a child, Big Tigger could have dropped a dime. And he did. And the baby daddy, the child's father's interview supports what I'm saying. So, who really has this child? Who has this child? And this is Big Tigger with the sheriff. I don't know what the hell is going on in Atlanta, but I'm going to tell you what I think. I have a funny feeling and a sneaky suspicion that it's each man for himself. I don't know, but I know damn well I'm going to be tuned in to see what the people over there in Baltimore do and have to say with this interrogation. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. You said that phone didn't open up a can of worms. I know this. When you got high profile people involved, people don't want their life getting out. And if you think this is about a child, you got another thing coming. People will go to the ends of the earth to protect their reputation and what they like to do with their extracurricular activities. This ain't got nothing to do with the child. It has everything to do with the child, but nothing at the same time. It's just the games that people will play. If I got something on you, you know what? Let me get you out the way. Because what you know, you can't be bringing up people. You can't be exposing innocent people, even though I'm married to you, allegedly. So if y'all don't understand how rich people play, you gonna understand today. And the child is still missing. That's the crazy part. The child is being used as leverage. The child is being as leverage. Did nobody care until recently that little girl was gone? Okay, destination sunrise. Thank you for the 10 piece and the pepper. You said I think the girl could have ran from foster home, and after a period of time, she reached out to both her parents, and they agreed to not say anything. They both likely have contact with her, so she would be probably 17 or 18 now. All right, hold on. Tiny Waist, you got a lot going on in the background. I'm gonna bring you up. You ready?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yep. Welcome. What are your thoughts for today's conversation?
Hey, Miss Queen Shiba, how are you doing, ma'am? I just
Good,
want to
good.
give you a kudos because I'm always in your chat and in your clouds, you know. And like people said, like you said, some people can't pick up on what you're putting down, but trust me, I do. And you're making it more layman's in these terms, but I do think we need to get it together because I think that's strange. They initially when these things came out and they were trying to discredit her of her DV situation, that came out at the time. But now that the charges has sped up, now all of a sudden she gets arrested. And I said that was funny from the get-go. So I'm so glad you were covering this because this is not nothing new to the program. And this is what unfortunately we have known, whether you call them ACS, DPS, whatever they call us maybe. There's so many lawsuits about how they'll take kids out of situation that like they don't never get the kids that need to be taken out. Let's get that clear, right? So whatever's going on with the daughter's father, he didn't make no noise until this situation came out when she came with her domestic violence initially. And there's a lot of narcissistic and a lot of pick me women in these societies and systems. And it's nothing because Black women, I always say this, we have no allies, just each other if you can find the right group. So I appreciate you for laying down the foundation and having a respected voice in this community.
All right. Well, thank you for coming up. I appreciate you. That's Tiny Waist. What is it? Tiny Waist what?
You already know it's Queen Uppity Boo, but I haven't been here in a while, but I'll be back. But I just wanted to tell you I appreciate you. This is such a triggering topic for a lot of Black women, and a lot of shame is brought down, especially by other Black women. But what you're saying is so factual. And if they look at the case from start to finish, but like I said, I be in your clouds. A lot of people don't pick up what you put down, but the ones that do, that's the ones that matter. So appreciate you for lending your voice to them. Queen Sheba and Pie, so I'm getting down. Mwah.
All right, thank you. All right, so that was she called in and gave her feedback. So here's the thing. I think you guys are forgetting that this kid has the Alicia Brown has two parents that were awarded custody. The mother initially, and then found in contempt of court. These are facts. The father was awarded custody. The judge said no after that. You know what? I don't feel the child is safe as in your home, puts the child in the state's custody. And it leads me to this comment where Akiri says it's so rare for a 9-year-old to run away. Absolutely. I agree with you. It's not unheard of, but it's rare. So then you have to ask yourself, what was she running from, right? What was she running from? Multiple times. And I find it strange that when we're talking about a woman struggling, not even this woman on the screen, or when single mothers are having to kind of go at it alone, everybody's saying, where's the dad? Where's the dad? How he needs to help. He needs to help. But when it comes to accountability, how do we not look at both parents? How do you not say, wait a minute, I'm looking at both of y'all. I'm looking, where's your daughter? What's up? I'm looking at both of y'all. Yeah, I'm looking at both of y'all. You said it's an ex-boyfriend who's currently in jail because of her. But see, you have to ask yourself. I can say all day. Let me just say this to you, Stephanie Galloway, Good point. I can go and I can say, Stephanie hit me. Stephanie beat me up. The court would have to find beyond a reasonable doubt that you did exactly what I said. The court can't convict you based off of me saying it. There has to be evidence to support or corroborate my claims. So when y'all start saying he's in jail for what? My next question would be, what is he convicted of? What was he convicted of? Let's go through the court documents. Other than that, is he say, she say. But if you're sitting behind bars, I need to see. I need to see what the court said. That's why I like court documents, because it's going to tell you the full picture from the eye and the viewpoint of the law, and not him versus her. Because motherfuckers will get out here and say anything, because the goal is to win when shit gets messy, whether you're the abuser, the accused, the victim, whatever is your. But when we get into what were you convicted of? Hold on now, because I'm not one of these emotional women that's just going, okay. Well, he was convicted. Convicted of what? You don't have to agree. Convicted of what? You said not true. That's it. I want to see the court documents. Now, y'all, now, hold on now. Because when I go to these court cases and I do the same thing, y'all agree. Yeah. Yeah. And I say, wait a minute. I believe Carmelo had I believe Carmelo should have defended himself. But the court documents don't say the same thing. And I like looking at it so I can get a full view. Yeah, Queen, that's right. Now, all of a sudden, come on now, y'all. Be fair. Be fair. Welcome, Bronze Amazon. Welcome.
Hey, Queen.
Hey.
Yes, I just want to make a quick comment on this. I don't like where we're going in villainizing and demonizing the mom, because everybody played a part in the reason why this little girl was so vulnerable and got victimized like this by someone. The dad, he was too concerned with giving his sex offender brother a roof to live under. And he was too concerned with protecting his sex offender brother and giving him a place to lay his head than he was about the safety of his child. So he wasn't fit to keep the kid. The mom, she was too caught up in her gambling addiction than to put the safety of her child first. She wasn't fit. So neither parent was fit. And so what could the judge do but put the girl into the system? You had two parents who wanted her, but neither one of them was fit because neither one of them was putting that child first. And so we all know what happens in the foster system. And I don't understand why people are acting like it's so above the realm of possibility that a stranger could have got to this girl. Because I think that most likely a stranger got to this girl because the parents are too busy battling and going back and forth with each other in their toxicity. But we're overlooking the fact that we know the rampant abuse that happens in foster care. And maybe that's why that girl ran away 3 times out of care. Because something was going on, something was happening to her in that foster system. And I think if law enforcement really cared, I think if the Black community put pressure on law enforcement, they would maybe investigate which foster home was she in? Who were the predators who were living in that area around the time that she was there? You know, who was the father in that home? Who were the men coming in and out of that home? Nobody's checking for that because the parents are so toxic and blaming each other until no real investigation has been done about what actually could have happened to this girl.
And
that's all I have to say.
Hold on, because when you think, so here's the thing, I say this a lot jokingly, but I mean it. Men have a code. A man knows he's a man ever since when you see little boys, right? Little toddlers at 2 years old, it's just something inside of them that wakes up and you have to say, hey, don't hit so hard. Don't touch the dog's ears. You're playing too rough. They just know they're a boy, right? And there's this spoken and this hierarchy, unspoken camaraderie around men, whether they're Black, white, straight, gay, whatever, English speaking, non-English speaking. And I always use the reality show Big Brother as an example, because the women fell horribly when it comes to creating solid alliances. The women always turn on each other in Big Brother. They'll go tell the men, well, she thinks that whatever. And at the end of the day, the men utilize this. And most of the times when you see who walks away with $500,000, it's a man on Big Brother, right? When you
Right.
talk about the father knowing that his brother is a sex offender and still wanted to lean in and give his brother a place to stay. That's the camaraderie I'm talking about. The innate, it's just there. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. And this weak excuse he gave to the courts, oh no, I protected her from the sex offender that I allowed to stay in the home. I have cameras in her room, as if that man can turn off the cameras. And something probably was being done to that girl, because the judge is not going to just take the child out of the home on word of mouth, because I think that somebody might be doing something to her in there. No, the judge probably sat down and talked to that little girl, and some stuff probably came out.
So the little girl, y'all, so there's two cases. The little girl had her own case, right, which is sealed. But then there's the case of the mother and the father. Okay, that's the one we went into great detail with. The little girl had her own attorneys, her own counselors, her own representation. Something was happening. Does that make sense?
Right. Something was happening to that girl in that home with her dad.
I don't like something, but the judge, and after a while, the judge was like, neither one of you. We're not doing this. And then the little girl went missing approximately 3 to 4 weeks after being in foster care. Maybe a month. I could have my time, but that's not listen. But I want to play something. You said great analogy using Big Brother. It happens every season. The women fall apart and turn on each other, one another, yet it's bros to the end always. And they walk away with the prize all the time. But let me go back and play this clip, Bronze. And then I want you to listen to what the detective says.
Okay.
Watch this. Because you made me think, you said something could have been happening in that foster home too.
Yes,
Okay.
we're acting like just because she went to foster care that she was in a safe place. Foster cares are the most dangerous places for kids to be in. They get assaulted in foster care all the time.
Yep.
Not just by adults, but by other kids as well.
Yep. And listen to this though, because I didn't even think about it until you said it. Let's take a look. Let's listen.
Baltimore County Police are searching for a missing 10-year-old girl. Alicia Brown has been missing since May 25th. She was last seen at her home.
Baltimore County Police say this has been an active investigation since 10-year-old Alicia Brown went missing.
So she was 10 when so she's 17 now. Let's continue.
But they say they have now reached a point in their investigation where they're asking the public for any information leading to her whereabouts.
Someone inside the home on Aaron Russell Court.
So they said her whereabouts, not her well-being. Did you catch that? Okay, let's continue.
Called police saying the child vanished around 1 a.m.
So what was you doing in her room at 1 a.m.? What made you get up to check?
Exactly. And how did you know she was missing at 1 a.m.?
Not 6 a.m., 7 a.m., but 1. And I'm not accusing the foster parents of anything, but I didn't even think about the 1 a.m. thing until you came up here. And I was like, wait a minute. It would have never stood out to me until that's why it's important for us to talk and you get other people's perspective. And then I said, oh, crap.
Yeah, because if you notice, she never ran away when she was with her mama. She never ran away when she was with the daddy that we know of. But she immediately started running away as soon as she got in that foster care situation. She started taking off and like, I'm out of here. So it could have easily been something happening in that foster care home.
Okay, so somebody said, you may, we hear stories all the time, right? She's at an age now. Technically, she can't emancipate herself out at age of 16. Why is she still missing? Well, you know what? It's so interesting because there's a few cases with these Black girls that come up missing. Recently, I saw something in social media where the Black girl had been missing for like 4 or 5 years, and all of a sudden she's back, and her family say, "Don't worry about where she was." Have y'all seen that floating around?
I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, it's been all over Instagram, right? And then we had another case where this little girl went missing when she was a little girl, and she came up found in Houston, Texas, but she's not really giving an account of where she's been all these years or what happened. So this is a hot mess all the way around the book. You said there could have been something happening in that home also, but she could just not want it to be there. Ooh,
Yeah.
So it's a lot.
And to speak to her and Tigger's situation, I think that just because of all of this, she may have failed as a mom, but that doesn't mean that she deserved what she got dished out by Tigger. I don't care how unsympathetic you find her. There's no excuse for Tigger to do to her what he did. That's unacceptable. It's inexcusable. And we should never turn a blind eye and let somebody get away with doing something like that. No matter how much we don't respect her as a mom, as a wife, she still didn't deserve that. And we can't sit up here and start to then blame the victim.
You can't, because here's the thing. Let me give it to you in a different perspective, because when you're talking about women, especially Black women being victims, I don't think people are going to relate. It's just too suppressed to be able to, in some cases, be empathetic, right? Especially some of us substantiate our claims because we just don't like somebody. So we can't see them in a victim mode. But let me flip it to kind of get the point out here. Nolan Wells went missing on a boat while out with white friends that he thought were friends. There are some people that don't like you and that don't give a damn if you're choked out or get beat up or murdered on a boat. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can't. What you just said is similar to that, but I just gave it to him in a different context to hopefully ring a bell. So even if they don't like Blacks, or even if they're MAGA, you still don't get a right to harm somebody. Got it?
Right. Exactly.
Got it? Exactly.
We saw a lot of that with Ashley, the girl that got killed in in Africa down there with that white man that she was dating. We saw a lot of that lack of empathy for the victim from Black males. And they were basically saying, this is what you get for dating outside your race. And, that celebratoriness and, lack of empathy for the victim. Like, I don't care who she was dating. Like, this girl got murdered. Like, where's your soul? How can you talk like this? She's still a victim.
The same thing happened with Shanquella Robinson, Black on Black crime, where they beat the crap out of her because they didn't like her. And not one Black woman intervened to help her because they didn't like her. So I'm just giving you different historical references so that you be like, oh, I see what you're saying. I see what the caller is saying. Just because some of y'all or whomever don't like Alicia or she has a sketchy past or whatever, you still don't get a right to take somebody and do what you want to with them, right? Now, here's the thing. She has been arrested. I want to know what they got over there. I'm going to be following the case. Is it something that you have, or is this just a way for Big Tigger to get his lick back because she done pissed him off? Will she be released? She's been extradited. Okay, we got all of that. Now what? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Nobody has come out with not one solid piece of proof to show that A, the girl is alive, and B, that she abducted this girl. All they have is the dad's speculation and his gossip and his word of mouth. And I don't think anything is going to happen to her. I think they're going to release her. I think they're mad because she left town and didn't come in and answer their questions. So they put a warrant out for her arrest. And I think she's going to go there, answer their questions, and they're not going to get anything. Nothing is going to come out of that questioning. And I think that she's probably going to be released. But absolutely, did Tigger make this happen? Absolutely, he did. He made calls. His sheriff friend made calls down there. And that's why this is happening.
You said, Monique says, yes, Queen, let's talk about it. My daughter had a girls trip to Tennessee and they started having some disagreements beforehand. I told her that deposit, let it go. Your life, baby, don't you ever. Because when people don't like you, they can turn a blind eye to something bad happening to you. Okay, so let's get into this really quick. This is the girl I was talking about. Janiyah Walker was found.
Oh, is this the girl that was found hanging from a tree?
No, follow me, girl. Don't get ahead of me.
Oh, okay.
A missing Wisconsin teen was found safe after mysteriously vanishing from her home 4 years ago. Now, and the family believes she was quote unquote lured away. Now she's 19. Okay, she was safely discovered on May 25th. And now the family's on social media talking big money cash shit to us, saying, mind your business. She don't owe y'all nothing. Wait a minute now. You can't play on our emotions. You can't get people all hyped up and empathetic and sad and praying about somebody that's missing and come to find out you know where they are. You know where they are. And now that the police and the authorities are saying they're home, you telling us to mind our business. Keep that same energy when they go missing.
Right.
Let me Cynthia, what are your thoughts? Cynthia, welcome to today's conversation.
Hi, Queen. How you doing? Hi, Palace. You know what, Queen? I agree with everything that you've said. This is just so fishy in terms of Tigger's estranged wife being detained. I think Tigger has something to do with it. And also, can we normalize the DL men coming out? I mean, this is very, very risky. It's unsafe and it's unfair. And that's my thoughts. Thanks for covering.
All right. Well, thank you, Cynthia. Straight and quick to the point. Thank you. We appreciate you coming up.
Thank you.
All right. So let's listen. I just say live your life. Keep it as simple as possible. You don't have to complicate somebody else's life. Y'all, there's layers to this. And let me just say this again. This is my opinion. I don't think that the mother was arrested because there's huge concern about the child. I think the mother was arrested because people are carrying out their own personal vendettas, right? Whether the mother has something to do with the kidnapping or not, or the child missing or not. I don't think law enforcement in Atlanta dropped a bolo on Big Tigger's wife when she's been to all of these star-studded events over the how many years, and she's been up to V103. I don't think they cared. I don't think that little Black girl mattered until a Black man's name and reputation was being questioned. That's it. That's all. Bronze, you're muted. Okay, I got you. I muted you.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I agree with everything that you just said. That's crazy. So I'm not sure what's happening with this girl, Janiyah. So are you saying that her family knew where she was the whole time
Let's
and they were
take a
crying
look.
on our TV screen?
Hold on. Here we go. Let's take a look.
After nearly 4 years, missing teen Janiyah Walker has finally been found safe. But where was she? How was she located? And why hasn't she returned home? The answers may surprise you.
Janiyah Walker vanished at just 15. Milwaukee police now confirm that 10 days after her 19th birthday, she was located safe.
Well, I've been covering missing persons cases and criminal cases for decades, and whenever a missing person can be found safe, it is a miracle. It's a day to celebrate, and that's exactly what's happened here in the case of Janiyah Walker. It was just more than a month or so ago when we aired a complete episode. It was the last interview that Janiyah's mother had done. We talked to her mother in depth about her daughter's disappearance and how much she wanted to find her daughter and that she wanted her daughter to come home. You can watch that full episode. You can see the emotion with Janiyah's mother. And now, as we've said and confirmed, Janiyah has been found safe. Now, what makes this case different? A lot of things. We are told that there is no active criminal investigation right now and that this is being treated as a missing persons case, but a runaway. There wasn't a huge happy reunion here, I'm told, between Janiyah and her family. And my sources say Janiyah was found out of...
Oh, wow. No happy reunion, even if she ran away. Oh.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy, because the prodigal son would have been celebrated, but let's continue.
Wow.
State and has not returned back to be with her family. I'm also told that after our episode of Forgotten Fugitives, online chatter picked up in a major way, and that eventually Janiyah was located out of state. It should be noted too, Janiyah is no longer a juvenile. She is an adult, so she doesn't have to be taken anywhere or transported anywhere. She can be left exactly where she is found. Janiyah Walker disappeared in June of 2022. She was in her neighborhood, and it was remarkable because she was caught on camera. And on camera, she was seen in the last images that anybody had seen. She was seen in a change of clothes from what she was wearing earlier that morning, and she was seen with a huge backpack full of personal belongings. We do know that both according to police and according to her mother, that she had been speaking to a number of people online prior to her disappearance. And now it is believed that she actually left willingly from her family.
So they treated her like most Black girls are treated in Black communities, a fast little girl.
That's crazy.
I
don't understand why the family would not want justice and not want to prosecute these people who held their daughter and aided and abetting this runaway. They should do some jail time. This was a minor child.
They
And
don't see Black girls like that. They see them as fast. That's a child, but they don't see her like that. You get what I'm saying?
That's crazy to me. Like, nobody could get away with harboring my underage child from me. And she still didn't go back to the home. Something's weird, because she still didn't go back to her parents even after she came back. Now, she waited until she was an adult and they couldn't do anything to her and force her to go back there. And even still, she didn't go back to her parents' home. She's somewhere else. Something weird is going on in that household.
I always say that when kids run away, don't automatically put, oh, they're bad, they're problemsome. You always ask, from a neutral standpoint, I wonder what they could be running away from. That's it. That's all. And then you start the process of elimination, if you can, right? When it comes to your kids, your family members. Let's continue. But look, they didn't celebrate her when she came. How about that?
No, and that it wasn't a case of abduction or anything like that. That's what our sources are saying. All police will say is that Janiyah has been located, she is safe, and they are respecting her privacy at the moment. So far, nobody in the family wishes to speak right now. Law enforcement also buttoned up, so it may be a matter of time before we know exactly where Janiyah has been the past 4 years and exactly how she's been living. But
with a man that's probably older than her, did whatever he did to her 15-year-old self until she became of age, and now he don't want her. He gonna go find another 15-year-old from somebody's house. What are your thoughts?
Exactly. And that guy should get prosecuted. And if I was the parents, anybody that lured my child out of my house, you're going to jail. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. You're going to jail. And I'm going to see to it that you get prosecuted and put under the jail. And I don't understand why the parents are not on one about their daughter. Ain't no such thing as fast. She's 15. There's no such thing as fast.
Parents' situation. Let me tell y'all something, and I may piss some people off, but it'll piss you off in a way that'll keep you vigilant. When these things happen, typically it's women that are targeted with girls that don't have a father in the house. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't think this kid had a father in the home. We're not blaming the mom. I'm just telling you how predatory behavior works. Even if she left on her own accord, most men would hesitate to do that to a girl that has a daddy in the house, an uncle in the house, because they don't want that ass whooped. That's it. That's all. So
there's no such thing as fast. This girl was not of age to give consent, and she definitely was not of age to go off living with a man, if that was what the case was. She was not of age to go do that. That wasn't her choice. She's still a child. She's under my purview, and she's staying her behind in this house. And when she get 18 and grown and she want to go, then I can't stop her. But as long as she's a child under my purview in this house, an underage minor, she not going nowhere. And whoever lured her out, I'm gonna make sure you're going to jail. Period. Where's the protectiveness?
Sharonda said, me and 3 of my sisters ran away once. Mine only lasted a weekend. I was being fast, just being honest, folks. You were a kid that thought you wanted sex. You were still a child that thought that you were ready to engage sexually, but you were still a child. You see what I'm saying?
And you don't get to make those decisions.
That's what I'm saying. And if more, and can I be honest, if more Black women would have a little bit of tenderness and empathy for these girls, instead of your motherfucking ass want to be fast and take your motherfucking ass and say, listen, you're a child. I don't care if you think you are in love. He's wrong. You are this and you're that, and try to talk to him without deboing them, and have a little bit of tenderness, we could change some of this craziness where they are being preyed upon. Because if they are running away, quote unquote, under the guise of being fast, that tells you they're looking for love that they're not getting in the house. They're looking for tenderness that they're not getting in the house. They're looking to be held that they're not being held in the house. So I can go on and on and on and on.
Are you looking for daddy figures? Because there's not one in the house.
That's it. Yeah. So this is a lot. So listen, y'all, we've been on here for almost 2 hours. It's a lot. I'm going to definitely be following this case. I was going to do the Nolan Wells case today, but I hate just pushing everything together. Why don't we do this? Why don't we come back for the Nolan Wells case tomorrow?
Yeah.
Said I never heard anything about Janiyah. Oh, girl, yeah. I stay on Instagram. Queen Raising Kings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Instagram will just keep it's so many different cases though. It's so many different cases of Black girls missing and this and this and that. And I'm not going to applaud the Atlanta law enforcement officials on the back, because you could have jumped on this long time ago. You could have utilized your resources long time ago, but you didn't because it wasn't important to you. So you don't get a thumbs up from me. Because if you're going to do it, make sure you keep the same energy across the board, no matter who they are married to. You don't just do it when it's in favor of a high profile celebrity, when you're doing it to show she's bad too. Oh no, when you're trying to discredit somebody. So that's why I say, the men in this, you don't get a thumbs up from me. You're not a freaking hero, because you could have done it a long time ago. Now that would have been different.
Right.
Let me see what they're saying. Sharana said, take your time. I'm all ears with my notifications. Yes. So we're going to talk Nolan Wells in the morning, and maybe the autopsy will be out by then. So then I'm not, every time I wait, I get more information. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, Miss T said, dang, I'm waiting for Nolan. I was going to do it after this, but I kind of went a little bit over. But hell, maybe we'll have that autopsy by tomorrow. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll wait for it. We can wait, because I like when you line up the facts and have the receipts. So we can wait.
Okay, because I got my stuff ready to go. I got all of that. Y'all know we be out here looking and combing, and I'm everywhere. But we might have that autopsy by the morning, because Austin Metcalf's autopsy was completed the next day. I don't know if y'all know that, when I covered the Carmelo Anthony trial, and when I looked at the medical examiner's report, the next day they had already completed his autopsy. You said, I need some straight talk. Okay, wait until you get the autopsy. Okay, that's a good, okay. We'll do that. So we're going to wait until we get the autopsy for the Nolan thing. Thank you, my joy. You said a lot. Okay, Bronze, you're going to be tag teaming it, and you're going to come back tomorrow?
Okay, I can do that.
Okay, and Lady Tia said, don't do nothing else today. Let's just digest this video, because it was a lot. Now, I gave you places where you can go and look this stuff up for yourself, y'all. I don't think nobody else directed y'all where to go get your own facts. Hold on. Oh, I'm trying to get off this Nolan thing before I start talking. You said, yep, Tigger's hands ain't clean either. Something is off with this situation. Tigger not clean, and I don't feel sorry for him. It's a lot going on. But I do know, I feel like her arrest, even if she has something to do with the disappearance and the kidnapping, we don't know that yet, because they haven't released any details that would be helpful for us to really talk about, right? What I think is happening, they dropped that arrest to get her out that house so that Tigger can go in there and do what he needs to do. Because if you think about the protective order, the judge ordered him to stay away as long as she was in the house. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And he has filed for divorce already. I don't know if y'all knew that. I didn't want to say anything. So I think it's giving him time to work and go in that house, and should possibly move everything out while she gone.
And file for custody of his kid.
Emergency custody.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So here's the thing. It very well could be, oh my God, Alicia Brown is responsible for the kidnapping, but just know that it's not being done on the up and up, because people care about the little girl. If you understand the game that's being played right now, that little girl, he's been with her, he's had a child with her. They could have been search for that little girl. He could have been responded to the father of the little girl. This is just mad day.
Yes.
Okay. So Prom King said, I would love to hold off until independent. Okay, we'll do that then. Okay. Everybody's saying just get the facts first so we can talk about Nolan. So, all right. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure he cleaned that house out because if you looked at the protective order that I read, he was to stay away as long as she was there. And he was to give her the key and to release all access to the video surveillance, the gates. Because you remember, he was controlling the gates and he was just letting people in. He turned off all the cameras. He turned off, and the judge said, no, 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 no. We're not going that low. We're not going to play that game. We're not going to torture anybody. You're going to turn back on the utilities. There will be no harm to the kids or the pets inside because hell, it's hot everywhere. You're not going to turn off the AC. You're not going to turn off the power with these people inside. You're going to act like you got some sense. And he turned it back on. And the judge said, you will allow her and the kids to live here. And okay. And then a week later, her ass was arrested. I'm just saying, y'all better leave these prominent folks alone. Y'all better leave these prominent people alone. You said, so it can, here's the thing about, that's why I think this is chess, not checkers. You said, I may have missed this, but has she been extradited? So they can come pick you up when they get ready. You don't see the game, it can take them a month, and the county jail just agrees to hold you. Let me see. How long can they hold you? Okay. You could be held 30 days. Y'all don't see? They get 30 days to come get you. So she's going to have to sit there. Y'all don't see what's going on?
A whole month.
Y'all, chess and not checkers. This man has been married to this woman. He could have been called the police. He could have been dropped the bolo. So she's going to sit there for 30 days. And he's going to do what he needs to do financially. And if there's a court date, she's going to miss court. I don't know how that works. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a lot, child. Trey says, Queen has already discussed Alicia Brown's cases. Please rewind and watch the older videos. Yeah, y'all got to catch up, y'all. We cover everything over here. We don't care who you is. If you did it, you did it. Yes, we have already covered her, but I try not to repeat everything in every single video. We are probably one of the few channels that do move on based on new information that comes in. We're not just going to stay on something because somebody's first time here. You got to go back and catch up. You got to go back and catch up. Thank you, Trey. And to everybody that's been here, that's been following. You said he has a gut feeling she's alive. He doesn't actually know where she is. Okay, gotcha. Yep, he's going to get custody. Yeah, all of that. And not only that, the protective order should and will expire. And then he'll be able to properly just clean the house out or take what he needs. Is her charge a felony charge in Baltimore? Let me see if I have that. Hold on. Let me reread it again. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Now, this is being released by the Atlanta Police Department. Let me share it. Give me 1 second. All right. But why is it saying AI info? Y'all, this could be fake. It says Hart County Sheriff's Office, Georgia. On July 6th at approximately 8:46 p.m., the Hart County Sheriff's Office received a BOLO regarding a vehicle traveling north on Who knew where she was going? Be on the lookout for a vehicle traveling north on Interstate 85. Is there a tracker on a car? The driver was believed to be wanted on outstanding kidnapping and related warrants out of Maryland. Since when, though? Because how long has she been married to Big Tigger? How long has she been driving around Atlanta? Do y'all kind of get what I'm saying? I'm not saying anybody's innocent, but I'm also asking you to look at the connection and the play that's being run. And then it says, okay, authorities confirmed that Brown was wanted by the Baltimore County Police Department on warrants stemming from the disappearance of a 10-year-old child who was reported missing in 2019. Brown was also wanted by the Fulton County Sheriff's Office on felony charges of interference with child custody. Both jurisdictions confirmed the warrants were valid, and Maryland authorities advised they would extradite. Okay. My only concern about this, it says AI info. But unless we know differently, we're going to take it at face value. Let me look this up. Hold on, because I like to verify. Give me 1 second. What are your thoughts based on that?
Well, I think that just AI is the one who pulled up this article. It's not necessarily false. It will show that when AI said, hey, I found this information, you want to look up what I got? Or do you want to go on to these other websites who show the same information? And then if you click on AI, then, it's just showing that AI is the one who pulled this information up for you from offline.
Okay. Let me, I'm on their page right now. Let me look, just to verify that it actually came from them. Hold on. Huh. I don't see this on their page, but hold on. I like checking.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Yep, we got it. I see it. Yep, they did release this. Now let me see something. Give me 1 second. Okay, y'all. I'm just nosy. His name is Sheriff Chris. Chris what? Carroll. Okay, that's a different one. Georgia. Okay, Sheriff Chris Carroll. Got it. Okay, I got to see who that is. What else? I got you. Thank you, Miss Dee Dee. Yep, that it looks legit, everybody. So they got her for a warrant. For child custody, interference with child custody, and another one for we're gonna see. I'm gonna be tuned in. We shall see. All right. So the image was creating. I got you. You put that. You said Mr. Tigger put the laws out on that lady. Lord have mercy. Carolina, allegedly. I'm not getting into that. Let's see. Here we go. Sharada TV, thank you for the 5-piece and the pepper. Do we know the distance and mileage for extradition that can affect if they follow through with the process? Well, it sounds like when you have connects. So if you knew there was a warrant, right, for her, and your homeboy, or let's just say Big Tigger allegedly was really close to the sheriff's office, and everything's on the up and up with Alicia Brown and her husband, Big Tigger, I probably wouldn't execute the warrant. But now, since the shit has hit the fan, how long has the warrant been out in Georgia? You get what I'm saying? So, Amazon, I'm gonna drop you. Are you asleep?
Oh, no, I'm still here. I just was reading some of the comments.
Okay. Hold on. Let me Google it. Well, hold on. I'm going to answer this one question and then we are done, y'all. Actually, I'm done. I did my part. Y'all got to go do your own research now. It is. Killian said this is.
What I want to ask you is that statement saying that Atlanta has also put charges on her about what happened in Maryland?
Hold on. No, it's two separate entities. There's a warrant in Maryland and there's a warrant in Atlanta. And what it's saying is authorities confirmed Brown was wanted by the Baltimore County Police Department on warrants stemming from the disappearance of a 10-year-old child who was reported missing in 2019. Brown was also wanted by the Fulton County Sheriff's Office on felony charges of interference with child custody.
Now, what's that about is what I'm wanting to know.
So I typically don't like to deal with he say, she say, but I got some he say, she say I can share if y'all want to see it.
Yeah, we want to see it.
That he say, she say.
I'm here for the he say, she say.
Okay, you pull it up and then I'm out of here. Y'all ain't finna make me tired. My brain hurts. I be trying to stick to the facts, child, but here go the his say. He say, she say. Give me 1 second.
Because it just seems like they piling on to this lady right now.
Oh, here we go. I guess, I mean, you would too. If you're a prominent person, I probably would. Hey, hold on, wait a minute. You ain't finna take me down easy. I'm gonna make you work for it.
Yeah, I mean, are y'all working? Is the Fulton County Sheriff's Office? Are y'all working for Tigger now? That's what we're doing,
girl.
Or maybe some of those gay men that he dealing with is putting pressure on them.
Okay, here we go. Let's look at some other stuff that we may have missed. Hold on. Now let's look at this. Now this he say, she say. Oh, wait, this is now look, we looked at this, right? This is her this is Alicia's what is it called? Mugshot. Her face is still disfigured. You see that?
Yes, very.
Yeah, we're looking what, two months after the incident, which happened in May. Now let's get to the child's father. Quote, I didn't get into court until she was 7, he said. It took almost a year and a half of court proceedings for me to walk away with full custody. By the very end of it, she mysteriously vanishes. She was ordered to be returned to my home. I didn't see that in the court documents. Williams remains determined to find his child. I saw in the court documents that you lost custody. I didn't see where the judge told the foster people to return her to your home. That's why I call it he say, she say. And you have to eliminate that by going to the facts. And I'm putting the facts here. Now, if we go, because that's he say, she say. Now we're going back to what he's saying. He said, I could never just walk away without her. There's not a day that goes by that I do not think about my daughter. He believes the mother is aware of Aaliyah's whereabouts. You remember I told you they both believe that each other is aware of her whereabouts. All right. Do y'all believe? Now, the father's saying that by the end of it, she mysteriously vanishes. She was ordered to return. No, you were awarded custody in January of 2019. And then the judge revoked that and put the kid in foster care. Did you see when the warrants were signed? I don't have that. You mean like recently? I don't think they released it yet. Go ahead.
So Fulton County is using this to piggyback off of and say, well, you came here and you took the child and ran here. So that's why we're going to charge you with interference?
No, that's what they're saying. They're just saying, they didn't say she took the child. I don't know what they're saying. You see what I'm saying? Because we haven't seen the warrant.
That's crazy. For what reason do Fulton County have to get involved in this?
They said child custody interference. Okay, so Queen King said, wait, he filed for divorce? Yes, ma'am. I was just keeping that to myself. Yes, he did. He already filed for divorce. I think he's moving very quickly, legally, to reinstate. I mean, let me tell y'all something. Men are completely different than women. They can cut the heartstrings off and, hey, I got to protect my money. I got to protect my home, where women go back and forth. But a man ain't going back and forth. That's a prominent man. He's filing for divorce because there's steps that they will take to prove their innocence if they are innocent, right? To wash their hands of that, to make sure they protect their assets, as they should if they are innocent. You saw, watch this. We're finna get real messy now. Now I'm gonna get a little messy. I think I still got it.
So the charges from Fulton County, they're saying that she interfered with custody of Tigger's child.
They didn't say whose child. They just say child custody interference. I don't want to fill in the blanks until we see it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it has to be Tigger's child, because what do they have to do with that Maryland case? They can't go dipping their hands over there. It has to be Tigger's child.
Okay.
They're piling on. They're helping Tigger. They're helping Tigger. They're piling on to this woman so that she can be behind bars for a long time, and so that she can lose everything in this divorce.
And it says, so as you can see, Tigger's communicating allegedly with somebody from V103, and in the black box, you can see where Tigger says thank you, and they say anything for you, fam. And they're directing him on what he needs to tell her to say so that he can keep his job. And it says, biggest thing, she has to retract and apologize ASAP. Make it clear she was highly emotional and that those posts were done out of blind passion, not facts. Share deep regret for making untrue accusations. And so he relays that. Tigger's working together with allegedly V103, right? So that this woman can do what she needs to do, number one, to protect Tigger, number two, to protect V103. So you can see her at the top showing him after he sends her this. So this is what Tigger sends to her. She's saying, is this okay? He says, send it to Rick Caffey and Paul Diaz and CC me. He's given her the email to CC him. And he said, thank you. Let me know when you send it. I'll be home soon. Y'all, this is a mess.
This is horrible.
This is a mess. Oh, that's a mess. How you know? Well, drop the link. Come on up here. We read the court documents. So you're not saying we're wrong. You're saying the court documents are wrong. Let's come on up here. Let me drop the link for you, child. If you got stuff outside the court that the court is wrong on. We go by court documents. We go by what the police are saying, what the detectives are saying, but you're saying all of that is wrong. Please click the link. Because the judge must have forgot to put all that in there. The judge forgot to put all that. He stepped down. He stepped away. But hold on, we got somebody saying what we're reading is wrong. They saying, oh, y'all are wrong. These court documents are wrong. All of this is wrong. Come on up here. Because if you got something that's bigger than what the court documents are saying, that's on record, where people can publicly go look, that's huge. You say she kidnapped her own daughter. Okay, well, come on up here, because that's not what the email says. We've been dealing over here with the emails, with the foster care people and everything. Hold on. I love it when people come in and they have an inside source that said, oh, wait a minute, the documents are wrong. We got law enforcement is saying that she kidnapped. Is law enforcement says she kidnapped him? Is that what she's saying?
So she kidnapped her own daughter and then proceeded to never be a part of her life again after that for 7 years.
Yeah, I guess that's what that lady's saying. She said, we are wrong. Everything we're reading was wrong. Oh, you going by his word. Oh, I thought you had. No, we going by the court documents. You can't believe him. You can't believe her. We going by court documents. That's what we call he say, she say. Oh, okay, never mind. I misunderstood you. I thought you going by his interview. Well, how you know we wrong? Why are you saying we wrong? Because we looking at the law enforcement stuff. Hold on now. How can she put a man in jail for 20 years? What did he do? What was he convicted of? Ain't nobody sharing that. I ain't want to go looking into, what'd he do? You said girl, okay. She said she was kidnapped. That's what the father's saying. But he lost custody. So you got to compare what he's saying, what she's saying, to what the courts are saying. You get what I'm saying? And somewhere in between both sides of those bookmarks, him and her, you're going to find the truth. You're going to find the truth.
And the truth is in the police reports, the court documents.
Right.
And the filings. The truth is in there.
Okay.
Not
You
in
said
their
new
opinions.
news. Georgia dropped it. They dropped what? Okay, go ahead and send it to me. Just send it on Instagram real quick. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Bronze.
Yeah, if Georgia dropped it, it's because they know they had no business dabbling in what was going on in Maryland. That's all the way out of your jurisdiction, and they didn't have no right. Unless she's doing something in Atlanta with Tigger's and his kid, like you ain't got no right filing no charges on that lady for something that happened years ago in Maryland. That is so obvious that they're helping him.
Cindy, I know you said you listened to his interview, but listen, the girl went missing from foster care. Let me play the video again, y'all. I can tell you, look, we got to go. Let me play the video again. Thank you. You said, girl, the kids leave court with the parent. He did have custody, but Cindy, but he lost custody, sweetie. Hold on. Let's roll the facts one more time. And then somebody's sending me something. Let's go to what the detective said. Hold on. Watch this. And I hate to do it, but I'm technical. Okay, here's what the detective had to say.
Baltimore County Police are searching for a missing 10-year-old girl. Alicia Brown has been missing since May 25th. She was last seen at her home.
Baltimore County Police say this has been an active investigation since 10-year-old Alicia Brown went missing. But they say they have now reached a point in their investigation where they're asking the public for any information leading to her whereabouts.
Someone inside the home on Aaron Russell.
Aaron Russell. Now let's pull up his address during this time. I could be wrong. That's why I like facts, where we can fact check each other. Hold on, are you there?
Yeah, that Aaron Russell court, that was the foster home, right? Not the dad's house.
Listen, boom. Sweetheart, this is where he lived during that time. Aberdeen Road. That little girl didn't go missing from his house. She went missing from Aaron Dean Russell. Okay. Now, I know we can believe what we want to believe when people do interviews, but that's why I like checking, cross-checking. Let's continue. Aaron Dean, let me redo it one more time now.
Baltimore County Police are searching for a missing 10-year-old girl. Alicia Brown has been missing since May 25th. She was last seen at her home.
Baltimore County Police say this has been an active investigation since 10-year-old Alicia Brown went missing. But they say they have now reached a point in their investigation where they're asking the public for any information leading to her whereabouts.
Someone inside the home on Aaron Russell Court called police saying the child vanished around 1 a.m.
All right. They didn't say the father called. You said that man was charged with assaulting her at a casino. He apparently got 20 years. Thank you. Oh my God. You said many of them sound like racists who hate so much, that ignore the facts. Stop allowing your hatred to make you stupid. Yeah, we behave the same way now. You said, so he went behind Tasha K's paywall to spread lies. No,
of course.
Go ahead.
He still got resentment against her, and he probably still got feelings for men like that. Sometimes they just want to hound an ex for the rest of her life, no matter where she goes. He wants to hound her because he never wants to not be a part of her life anymore, especially if they had a kid. And now that kid is the link that he had to constantly be in her life, and now that kid is gone, and he can't accept that the child is gone. And so he wants an excuse to constantly still be in her life anyway, by running around her with all these false accusations, just following her everywhere.
Okay, so here's the thing. Now, somebody just sent me something. I don't know if the lady kidnapped her daughter or what? But why kidnap her to go live a life without her? I don't know.
Exactly.
But let me just play we keep playing. Yeah, they just come on, y'all. They ain't. So a lot of these people are just logging on. Y'all got to rewind the video and catch up. We done went through court documents. We done went through emails and everything. But hold on. Let me pull up something. I got stuff to do. I'm not going to be over here with y'all all day. Just like to argue. Okay, let's look at this. A legal expert weighs in on Alicia Brown, her case. Let's see what the legals are. Well, this is from hold on. Is this Atlanta? So this is somebody from Atlanta. Here we go.
The wife of Atlanta radio host Big Tigger is behind bars tonight. Authorities arrested Alicia Brown on 2 warrants, one in Fulton County, the other in Maryland.
Fox 5's Eric Perry has followed the latest on this story all day. He's at the live desk now with more. Eric?
Yeah, Christine Russ, so many twists and turns in this case. I've since learned that the warrant out of Fulton County has been dismissed. That was for felony for child custody.
Oh, y'all playing a dirty. I told y'all, don't believe nobody in this case.
They are playing a dirty game.
I told y'all come over here. Listen. When you mess with somebody,
they are working for Tigger.
Listen, it's been dismissed. But Tigger bought himself some time.
Yes.
Now, I'm not saying the lady is innocent. I'm not saying Tigger's. I'm just saying ain't nobody's hands clean in this shit. That's
nobody.
All. Let's continue. Lord have mercy.
Harry has followed the latest on this story all day. He's at the live desk now with more. Eric?
Yeah, Christine Russ, so many twists and turns in this case. I've since learned that the warrant out of Fulton County has been dismissed. That was for felony interference with child custody. No word yet on why. The kidnapping charge from Baltimore is still active. She's set to be extradited back to Maryland.
Eventually, the warrant should have caught up to her. I'm not sure how she stayed on the run for so long, hiding in plain sight.
Another twist in the Alicia Brown Big Tigger saga, this focusing on Alicia Brown alone. This mugshot from Hart County after she was arrested Tuesday on 2 warrants. One was a felony interference with child custody. That was out of Fulton County. The other,
and now, okay,
kidnapping charges out of Maryland.
This is a very unusual case. Even when you think about how it came to light that she even had these pending warrants, is very unusual.
We sat down with criminal attorney Ben Gathia to break down what's happening. The 37-year-old was arrested on I-85 in Hart County near exit 177. When Brown was arrested, there were 2 small children in the car also. These charges are completely separate.
Now, all of this is facts, what they're saying. But nobody cared until she got into it with her husband.
Exactly. And now they're spinning it. Did you notice how that man said, we didn't know how she was hiding in plain sight? That woman was not hiding. She was not hiding. Her ex-husband knew that she was married to Tigger and living in Atlanta. If he cared so much, why didn't he say, hey, this woman that y'all got a warrant on, she's in Atlanta. Go pick her up. Find out what happened to my daughter. And here's the proof that I got that my daughter is alive and that she took her.
Let me just say something. Don't nobody give a damn about regular people's kids. These celebrities don't. Their friends don't. The only reason why there's a spotlight on this today is because she smeared Big Tigger's name. They care about Tigger, not the child. Okay.
That's right.
They don't give a damn. The daddy said he reached out several times asking for Big Tigger's assistance, and he was ignored. Don't nobody care.
That's right.
She started messing with the wrong people. Let's continue. And she started messing with what's the lady's name? The coworker.
I forget her name.
Francesca.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And when you start messing with people from Entertainment Tonight and this and this, and everybody's working together collectively to jam your ass up, I'm gonna sue her for defamation. What you got? Well, I can get my homeboy to get her on the kidnapping or just kind of, baby.
Yep.
She got herself in
They are working in a concerted effort. Even the news story is spinning the story. She was hiding in plain sight. That woman was not hiding. Matter of fact, do we even know that she knew about warrants in Maryland? Because a lot of times they can issue a warrant on you and you don't even know you have a warrant.
Here's the thing. It don't matter what she knew or not. The fact is everybody knew that little girl was missing and did nobody care until they came in to help Big Tigger clear his name. Let's continue.
Park County near exit 177. When Brown was arrested, there were 2 small children in the car also. These charges are completely separate from the domestic abuse claims against her estranged husband, Darian Morgan, or Big Tigger. This comes from a 10-year-old child who was reported missing in 2019.
It could have come from the child's father. Maybe he reignited the issue because he was the one that initially was awarded custody from a family law dispute. Now, do I think it's kidnapping in the sense when most people traditionally think of kidnapping? No. But the law does encompass that if you do not have full legal right, most people traditionally think of kidnapping. No.
Hold on.
But the law does encompass that if you do not have from the child's father, maybe he reignited the issue because he was the one that initially was awarded custody from a family law dispute. Now, do I think it's kidnapping in the sense when most people traditionally think of kidnapping? No.
So y'all playing. Y'all out here playing. They playing with y'all. The lawyer just
They are playing. They are playing right in our face.
You just heard the lawyer. Based on everything he got, is it kidnapping? No. Not in the way y'all think. Y'all, that's why I say ain't nobody, child. It's each man for himself out here. I've done my due diligence. You got 2 hours and 30 minutes of this. Take what you need, discard the rest. People playing in our faces when it's real kids that's out here. They know where that little girl at. They know where that little girl at. And the lawyer just told you, is it real kidnapping from the sense that you and I would talk about? No. That's it. That's it. Look, this lady over here, she's behind in the live, y'all. And she's reading. She's just on the part where we were looking at the juvenile stuff, right? And she's saying you shouldn't be looking at this, but she hasn't left alive. You see what I'm saying? And now, if it's messing with moral compass, why are you still looking at it?
But you're not reading the part that's redacted and sealed. You know, you're not reading the sealed ones. You're just reading the ones that are public record.
Child. Anywho, I'm just saying, y'all kill me when y'all get holier than thou and stay and participate in the sin. Now she behind. Now when she see me highlight her and she catch up in real time, girl, let's continue.
But the law does encompass that if you do not have full legal rights and you take your child, that is kidnapping.
Githia believes attorneys could use social media posts against her, as much has played out online.
But we don't know if she did it or not, right? Because we haven't. But I like the ploy and the way that they're leaning in to make it seem like it. We don't know if she did or not.
Now, for her to go and post that, I wonder what her motivations were. Why did you go and post that online?
He's talking about the video of her being injured. So had she not posted that, you would have been okay. That's what it's giving. Has she not shown the domestic stuff that had gone, just her video? She didn't share the ring. And remember when Big Tigger took her to the hospital after the incident occurred, she denied any and all wrongdoing on his behalf. It was the nurses and the doctors that got law enforcement involved. So what this black man is saying, she fucked up, is when she showed her injuries. And had she not posted that, everything would have been well. Everybody would have went on about their merry little lives, and the little girl would have just stayed another little missing black girl, and she could have still been married to Tigger and been his beard. And okay, y'all need to start listening when these folks are talking.
Wow. In other words, she should have kept her mouth shut.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Let Tigger get away with his domestic violence and abuse.
Yep.
Protect his image above all.
Yep. They said
that's where she went wrong.
The staff reported that actually what happened was the staff reported it, right? And the staff knew. Atlanta's a very small place, allegedly. And they knew. So the staff, even though they're not supposed to, under probably troll names, went posting under V01's V103 page, like, hey, Big Tigger's wife is up here in the hospital. You can't stop them from doing that under fake accounts. We didn't know about this, but V103 knew before we even caught wind of it. We didn't catch wind of it until a month later. The police knew, the medical staff knew, V103 knew. And then people at the hospital was under fake accounts saying, hey, why is Big Tigger still working there when his wife looks like this in the hospital? Allegedly, V103 was deleting the comments, y'all. We still didn't know any of this. So when she dropped her video, then the police said, man, now we got to arrest him. Then they went back a month later and arrested Big Tigger. But they refused and declined to arrest him initially, even when the medical staff reported it as domestic violence. There you go. What am I saying? Focus on the system and the games that are being played. Don't focus on the woman. Don't focus on the man, but focus on what you could be up against if this ever happens to you and you are with a prominent figure. And if somebody splits your face wide open, focus on how many people will turn their head to the left or the right to protect a man. Focus on how many people will turn their head to the left or right and don't give a damn about a little girl that's missing until you do something to shame or harm the man. Then we'll drop a dime. They could have been paid for resources and allocated tax dollars to go find this little girl. They didn't issue an Amber Alert. They turned their asses over and went to sleep.
Exactly.
That's it. I'm done. I'll see y'all a little bit later. All right, everybody? Thank you all for tuning in. Hold on, I had to come back. I'm sorry. Miss Queen, BB Lovely. That is a lie from the pits of hell. You said if he beat her, trust and believe, he would never take her to the hospital. Abusers would never have done that. That is a lie. Girl, you better catch up on my content. We covered the turkey leg hut here in Houston where the abuser beat the crap out of a woman for 6 hours straight. Okay, swole her head up to where it looked like a watermelon, beat her, bit her toes, beat her across her head with a crowbar until she was black and blue. You hear me? For 6 hours, and dropped her off at the hospital only after she promised that she would not tell that it was him. So stop doing that. You make yourself look bad as a woman. Okay? Don't ever say that. That's horrible that you would publicly put that, oh, a man that takes a woman to the hospital would never be an abuser. That is crazy to me. You know better than that. They have taken people to the hospital. Come on now. That's sad that you even got up there and said that. Just say, it's my opinion. He didn't. I don't look at it as abuse. And we could have left it like that. If you saw what that man did to the turkey leg cut lady, bit her toes, tried to bite them off, y'all are crazy. I would be afraid to be friends with some of you women. That's all I got.